for the majority of my life, and it was really difficult in South Carolina to do that. Not having a male figure around to teach you how to be a man and do certain things. I had to learn things on my own, and it was really hard. Even though I haven't been through bad situations where I had to learn it, but I taught my own self just the smart ways of doing it by just thinking and praying to God that he'll help me find my way through, and I got that opportunity. So going towards my mom's story, well, this was really hard times when I got to age 15. Around that time, my mom was really sick, and I didn't know what was wrong with her. I felt so bad that it took me so long to figure out what was going on. I had to find out from my older brother that my mom wasn't doing very well. And what the bad part was, what made me feel horrible inside was I kept producing the problem. I kept giving my mom money, just basically supporting it constantly. I didn't know what to do. That's my mother. What else are you supposed to do? You're supposed to give her whatever you have. That's how I felt in my mind. It could be the littlest thing, I gave it to her. So there's constant. I'm always wondering, well, what's wrong with my mom? Why she look like this? Why she acting like this? Certain situations. And it got to a point in time where I was like, man, I don't know what to do no more. I'm tired of this. Like, something's wrong with her. Like, and then it started to hurt me even more. But I don't want you guys to be sad, but it got to a point in time where I got really, felt like I was done. And I said, I can't do this anymore. I don't know what's going on with my mom, my dad. I don't talk to him like that. And I was just like, I'm about to give up. For some reason, something said no. So I didn't do it. And I think it was basically just the continuing faith in God that he still had my back and was going to get me through my situation. And I really love that so much because he didn't give up on me. It's been plenty of times, I can't even count, that I was going to say, I'm giving up. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't understand you, and I feel like you don't understand me. So, but I still kept giving him constant chance. He kept giving me chance after chance and was like, just come on, Kevin, you can do it. But when I got to certain situations when I'm asking him for something, I felt like he's not giving it to me. Like, I'm asking you to help me with this and that, but you're not giving it to me. But it got to a point where that after I found out that my mom was sick, later on she found out that she was going to stop what she was doing, because she later moved down here. So, and I was stuck in South Carolina basically by myself, which was a really hard time, especially because my mom was gone. And I think I was a really big mama's boy at that point in time. I didn't like that, but so when she left, I think I cried that day we came down here because I missed her so much. I talked to her every day on the phone, constantly, just telling her how she doing, what she doing, telling me she missed me, things like that. But South Carolina was hard times. Plus after my grandmother passed away, then it started getting hard at my house, living with my sisters and things like that. So I think after that, I moved across the street. Instead of staying over to my grandmother's house, I moved across the street to my friend's house because his parents, they had an extra room and they let me stay over there. So I stayed there, and that's when it all started, basically. I started going to church with them every Sunday. They started getting me into new situations. I started reading the Bible with them, it was like a prayer book I started reading. It's a lot of things I kept asking God for, and then I started seeing it producing. Things started coming towards me, kept saying, okay, Kevin, I kept getting things I needed, and that's when the faith just kept getting stronger and stronger, and I was like, man, okay, now I see all the stuff I've been through, this man is really not giving up on me, and I'm so thankful for that. And it really changed my life to this day that I got out of South Carolina, because that last day of my sophomore year, I don't even know how excited I was just to move down here, because South Carolina, all I had was, like I said before, basketball in school. I didn't have anything. You know how we have MARTA down here? I just had streets. I had to walk down the side. We didn't even have sidewalks. I had to walk down the street or ride my bike somewhere all the time, or either I'm stuck there every single day, just annoying and boring. It's just annoying, very, very much. And still to this day when I go down there, I hate it, but I still love it because that's why I was raised. But those times were really hard. So, but that's when I finally moved down from South Carolina, and it finally came down here, and that's when everything just started. So that's right here. Next slide is, so I want you to say, faith is the confidence that what we hope for will actually happen. It gives us assurance about things we cannot see. See, that part I have underlined is a real important part that me and Justin were talking about that I felt that was really important that I need to say. It gives assurance about things we cannot see. Like when we always believe in faith, we always sitting there talking like, oh, God's not going to do this for me, or will he do this for me? It's like we always expect this to happen, but we can't see when it's coming. And that's what makes us like give up sometimes. And we're like, when is he going to do this? Like, how long do I have to wait? But it doesn't matter. It's just keep praying and just keep asking for it. He'll never give up on you. Okay, so that's the next slide. These right here are my new beginnings. What I had to say basically started off after I moved from South Carolina, came down here to Atlanta, Georgia. I was still having hard times. Basically, I'm leaving my friends, leaving my old school. I was like, okay, now let's see how this is going to work out. He's been working with me so far as to get me this far. Let's see how good it goes now. So I get to Atlanta, Georgia, and then I had to live with my brother for a while. Those are kind of hard times, and then that's when I started losing church again. I didn't have it in my life for, I'll say that's when we just started school. I didn't have it in my life for that far. So it was kind of hard those times. Didn't have a Bible again, and I started losing them again, which was really difficult. So, but I still talk to my mom every day, which kept me in the faith was my mom calling me every day saying, okay, Kevin, I'm going to church, which was here when she was in the program. She kept going to church, saying all of this and that. And then where it got to a point where my mom could like finally come out, she brought me here. And I remember sitting in the front row with her, and like she was with a group, and I was just sitting there listening to Don, and I really enjoyed myself. I really liked it a lot because everything he said, it felt so deep, and I really appreciated it. It really hit my heart so much. I was like, this man is a genius. Like, he's saying a lot of like real good things that I didn't even hear my old pastors used to say. But before I even met Don, sorry I'm backtracking, but it went to Coach Galloway. That's one main beginning that like took me further in this church, because he taught me more about basketball, and he took me in his hand and just was like, okay, Kevin, he just taught me a lot of more things. He kept me and tried to keep me in the Bible. He always gave me a Bible. I have like 3 that he gave me so far. I still have from going, and he taught me more about basketball, going to camps, things like that, just little stuff that were really important to me in my life. And I love that, and I love that man for that. Coach Galloway is an amazing person, and I really thank the Lord for everything he done for me so far in my life, because I feel if it wasn't for him, a lot of situations I have in here I wouldn't be able to have today, because it started off with me going to the older class, and I felt wise through that because I was like, why am I in here with the elderly? Like, it feels weird. Like, he took me there, he said, well, you want to go to the youth class or the older people class? And I said, I'll just go to the older class with you because I don't know anybody here. I was really nervous. So after that, I enjoyed myself in there, and he was just like, well, I need to introduce you to Justin. So he introduced me to Justin, and the first day I met Justin, it just clicked. I was like, this dude is so cool, man. I was like, wow. And the first day I met him, he made me laugh, and I was just joking like crazy with him. And he was like, you're going to have to meet everybody, things like that. Coming in class, I'm always like sitting in the back row, like to myself, like, okay, I don't know anybody. Like, it just kept getting worse and worse. You know how days when Justin used to be like, everybody get up, hug somebody you never seen. I always sat down because I was scared, like, I don't know anybody, and they're going to not want to talk to me. So I was like, okay, I'm going to stay here. I sat there, and then it just started improving. I see how, that's why I love every single person in here. I see how welcome you guys are. You have a wonderful heart that you all just came and started coming towards me and was like, hey, Kevin, how you doing? Y'all start like, I see how nice you guys are to me. And that's what made me change my personality a lot more towards a lot of people in here. So led on from there. Then came when we went to Impact. That was, I would say, the only time in my life where I felt welcome and just at home and at peace with God. It was that one day I enjoyed, well, the whole trip was amazing, but that one day, I think it was the last day of worship before we left, and I can't still to this day remember what song we were singing, but when we were singing the song, like,